First of all, you've got two new faces that you added to your squad this week, Jack Walton and Ollie Denham. First of all, how delighted were you to get them both, and particularly the goalkeeping situation, which you were keen to strengthen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously always pleased to bring in new signings, especially targets that we've been working on for quite a considerable period of time. The deals often take a little bit longer than what you would like, but with the hard work of the guys behind the scenes liaising with the parent clubs, we were able to get both guys in particularly good time. So Jack and Ollie both played in a friendly on Tuesday against Motherwell at Tannadice, and they've settled into the group really well. Both key positions in the team. Jack Walton is a goalkeeper with great championship experience down in England, which we all know what a tough division that is to play in. He's experienced a couple of promotions already, he's a really good signing for us. Ollie Denham again has played in the championship with Cardiff. I always think when you see the positive reaction from the parent club fans when they're disappointed to see their player going out on loan, I always think that's a real positive for us. So it goes to show what a highly thought of talent he is down at Cardiff, and gives us great balance in that right side of defence. A young lad at the start of his career, but got kind of old school mentality in terms of how he wants to defend, quite an aggressive type. So the 5 additions that we've made have settled in brilliantly, and we're in a very good place now going into the start of the competitive football tomorrow.
And Jack, he's been handed the number 1 jersey. Where does this leave Mark Birighitti then?
Well, we've got 4 very good goalkeepers at the club at the moment. Obviously Jack Walton has been given the number 1 jersey, and we've got Jack Newman, who's involved with the under-21 Scotland setup. Young Rory Adams is in behind Jack Newman as well and pushing Jack all the time. And then of course, Mark Birighitti is still here as well. So I'm a very lucky manager to have 4 good quality goalkeepers. But yeah, I mean, look, Jack Walton, I wouldn't be bringing him up on loan from an English Premier League club without considering him as being the first choice at the moment. The jersey will be his tomorrow, and it's up to him to hold on to it.
You were talking about how pleased you are with the additions. Do you feel that your side is ready now to go forth with the new season, or are you looking to bring in anyone else, perhaps a striker?
I think we're in a really good place at the moment. Considering how short the break was from the end of last season to the start of pre-season. The players are lucky if they've had 3.5-4 weeks off. And because this League Cup comes around so quickly, you really are kind of against the clock, if you like, to get as many new faces in as quickly as possible in order to go into the League Cup in a positive way. But we're not done yet. We are still looking in the forward areas in particular. We've got Tony Watt, Rory McLeod and Miller Thompson, 3 players who can play that position, but obviously Miller and Rory still very young and great potential, but neither one at the moment I don't think are ready to lead the line for us in a Championship League campaign. We will get them minutes and we will get them a bit of experience throughout the course of the season. Tony is obviously hasn't played a competitive game for a considerable period of time, just coming back from surgery. He's made great progress, I have to say, way ahead of schedule, but I think that's an area that we still need to strengthen, because we can't just rely on 1 or 2 individuals. We have to have a bit of flexibility at that top end, and that is an area that we're still looking to try and strengthen.
Are you close to bringing anyone in that area?
Well, we're talking to 2 or 3 players at the moment that we believe are of a very good quality, and that's always got to be the mindset. Is the players that we bring in have to be something different to what we already have at the club, and have to improve the squad. So it's a very busy period at all of the clubs just now. Whether it's a player on loan or whether it's a permanent will remain to be seen, but I want to make sure that player is the right one, and we're not going to rush into any kind of panic signing. We need to make sure that we get it right.
And can you just update us on Aziz Beh? What's the latest with his situation? Is he likely to be moving on or staying here?
He's still off at the moment on compassionate leave, so that's where it's at the moment. We're trying to support Aziz as best we can. He's got one or two personal things going on within his family back home, and still under contract here at Dundee United. Still a player who we highly regard, and we'll wait and see what happens in the coming weeks and months.
And just looking ahead to tomorrow's game, how excited are you to get the season going? I know you said last week it's maybe come a little bit quickly, as it probably does for most managers, but it must be great to finally get what will be your first full season in charge.
Yeah, I think we're all really excited about the start of the competitive football. I mean, ideally it probably would be a couple of weeks further down the line where we could have maybe got a bit more fitness into the players' legs, but it is what it is. I like the competition. Some people are critical of the timing of it and when it starts that a bit early, but for me, it's great just to get straight back into competitive action. It's a little bit strange for some of the new players that have come in because they're not used to starting playing competitive football till the beginning of August like they do in most of the leagues down south, but for us I think it's a great challenge. It's a very, very competitive group. Lots of good teams in there. Tomorrow, of course, we will be favourites going into the game because of the level that we're at and where Spartans are. But I've watched a lot of them over the years. They've got a manager there that wants to try and get the ball down and play the game in the right way. They've got good energy in their team. They've got a number of players within the ranks there that I think could be playing at a higher level. And I think it's an opportunity for those boys to go and prove that to a lot of people. So we can't underestimate any of the opposition in the group stage. Obviously Partick Thistle, who will be one of our rivals no doubt this season to try and get promoted, and John McGlynn's Falkirk are a very, very exciting team. They were unlucky last season, just missed out on promotion themselves, but there's no easy games. That's the bottom line, and that's what we've been trying to drum into the players to make sure that the attitude and the mindset is where it needs to be. And we want to start on a positive note. We want to get a bit of confidence and get that bit of momentum early on, and that can all happen tomorrow with a positive win, hopefully.
And just finally, how's your team news? I assume that there's a few of the new faces will be making their debuts.
Yes, we expect all of the new signings to make their competitive debut for the club tomorrow. Whether that's from the start or off the bench, will remain to be seen. But we would expect everybody to get their first game for Dundee United in a competitive game tomorrow. And I'm a very lucky manager. I've got a very good squad of players to choose from. We've worked hard on trying to get the balance within the squad right, with the right amount of experience and good energy as well, and we've promoted a number of the younger players from within the academy system as well to make sure that pathway is still there for those kids. And 3 or 4 of them who have stepped up for pre-season have really grabbed my eye and that of the rest of the first team staff. So we're in a good place, but nowhere near where we want to be, and that will just come over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully, have a good positive group stage in the cup, and then make sure we're firing on all cylinders for that first league game at Arbroath.